Thursday, January 7th, 2021. We are on our fourth lesson, which is the intro to the age of exploration. Our lesson objective is I can describe the characteristics of the historical period, age of exploration. So I want to remind everyone yesterday that we sort of discovered that mostly the Eastern Hemisphere is where Africa, Asia, and Europe are. But we discovered that Africa, Asia, and Europe were very interconnected through trade, and that North America and South America were not connected at all with Africa, Asia, or Europe. We see that there's a ton of trade routes in this region. But I want to point out again, we don't see any trade routes that bring people from either Africa, Asia, or Europe across the Atlantic Ocean to access North or South America, or we don't necessarily see anyone from Asia crossing the Pacific Ocean this direction, which would bring them to the Americas from here. So we don't see these trade routes. I'm just sort of hinting. So we're going to sort of understand today and see what led to the age of exploration, and we're going to make some predictions as to why people wanted to go and explore, and maybe what the risks and the rewards are, so on and so forth. And the way that we're going to do this is we're going to analyze some images to help us better understand what the age of exploration was actually like. So some pointers that we have for you is that you should read the titles. And in the titles, you might see that there's names or places that you recognize. There's definitely going to be some titles with names and places you recognize because we've already learned about them in Unit 2. What's the mood? Do the people in these images, do they look happy, sad, scared, terrified, entitled? What's going on? What's the vibe? Ask yourself, what is your eye drawn to in the image, and why is it maybe drawn to that? Maybe there's a part of the image that the details are more clear. The artist probably didn't do that, by mistake. There's probably a reason. So what does that maybe tell us as the viewer? Is there maybe more light in one area that they're trying to draw attention to something specific? So to get started, before we go and look at all these great images, like we're walking through a gallery, we are going to start with trying to figure out maybe what this phrase, age of exploration, could possibly mean, which is what we're going to do in question 1 in this pod. And we're going to spend about 5 minutes working on this, and then we're going to do a little share out. So please head straight to Jupyter to this pod, and in about 30 seconds, we're going to start the 5-minute timer.